Hey, Vinyl community, I'm going to do a quick video here on a top 10 list of one of my favorite bands, The Police. Been a while since I've done a police-related video, and I'm going to rectify that situation right now. So I'm going to do my top 10 favorite Police songs. Starting at number 10, I'm going to go with Truth Hits Everybody from their debut, Outlandos D'Amore. This really takes you back and reminds you that The Police were a punk rock band before they became famous and before they kind of worked their way into the mainstream, before they started incorporating more world music and reggae and ska. At the beginning, they were very much a punk rock band, and I think this is a great track, great punk rock track from The Police. Catchy melody, catchy chorus, everything about it is very cool. Number 9, I'm going to go to the Synchronicity album for Miss Gradenko, a Stewart Copeland composition. Always loved how this segued right from the track right before it, Mother, into those beautiful guitar arpeggios from Andy Summers. Mother, I think, is one of the worst tracks on any Police album, let alone any album in general. And to have that relief, like, oh my God, finally this track is over with. And then the beautiful opening arpeggios of Miss Gradenko. I think the chorus, I know, but I have no idea what it means. It sounds like it's some sort of dystopian, I should say, society. And somebody is railing against the government, and a friend of theirs is saying, look, you better be careful, you're going to disappear one of these days. So I think the subject matter is pretty cool, and I love everything about it. It's got a great guitar solo, I think it's fantastic, and Sting sings it great. Number 8, from the Zenyatta Mondatta album, When the World is Running Down, You Make the Best of What's Around. Technically the best of what's still around. But I always loved that. And there were certain, when I first heard this album, there were certain lyrics that I didn't understand. Like, what is the Tammy Show? Like, I understand he said James Brown on the Tammy Show. What is the Tammy Show? I always thought it meant T-A-M-M-Y. But then I realized it was a kind of star-studded concert that was hosted by Jan and Dean in 1964. That James Brown performed on. But those are always the cool things, just trying to dig deeper into some of Sting's lyrics. But I always love that. There's really not much of a chorus here. It's the same, just the same chords strummed throughout the song, which I think is pretty cool. Always love that. Number 7, The Bed's Too Big Without You, with that big, fat, funky bass in it. Always loved that one. From the second Police album, Reggatta de Blanc, kind of reggae, ska, funk rhythm that they have going there. For me, it's a standout track on that album. I like that album a whole lot. And that's really was a progression from their first album. And one of my favorite tracks has always been The Bed's Too Big Without You. Number 6, going to my favorite Police album, Ghost in the Machine, for Secret Journey. Very much just keyboard, very sparse guitar work. You got Stewart Copeland holding down the beat. Nothing too flashy here, but it's just kind of a meditative lyrical journey. And that's one of the things I loved about Ghost in the Machine, is those dark, ominous synthesizers. And for me, it doesn't get any better than this. Number 5, I'm going back to Zenyatta Mondatta for Shadows in the Rain, which Sting actually revisited for his first album, Dream of the Blue Turtles. I like it here a lot too. Just they got a groove going, and the lyrics are really inconsequential. It's just a doo 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 doo. I mean, they could just play that forever. They just have it going. It's so tight, and it's like a little bit of paranoid lyrics there from Sting, but I love it. I love Zenyatta Mondatta. It was the first Police album I ever owned. I've always got a real affection for it, and Shadows in the Rain is one of those reasons why. Number 4, going for some world music. One World, Not Three, back to Ghost in the Machine. Love that track. And I love at the end where Stewart Copeland just starts doing his thing on the drums, and he's kind of changing up the rhythm a little bit, getting a little more aggressive on the drums. And it changes tempo throughout it. I love you got those horns in the background. Love those horns on Ghost in the Machine. They add so much, but not in a cheesy Chicago kind of way, in a way that horns had never really been used on a pop album before. And I love it. Love this song, and I think it's fantastic. Number 3, Synchronicity 2, obviously off Synchronicity, and one of the first singles, I think, off the Synchronicity album. But love the lyric, love just the whole ominous verses and the chorus, and everything about it is great. The video was fantastic. Looked like kind of like a Mad Max setting for the video. I love the fact that it's technically part 2 of the lead-off track. Synchronicity ties into the whole theme of the album, which is great, and made a great single. Number 2, Demolition Man, back to Ghost and the Machine. Grace Jones obviously covered this one. It was the name of an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, I think, but love it. Just the new, I mean, again, his whole Sting and his bass carry the whole song. And the horns, again with the brass, adding those perfect textures and flourishes to this particular song. But it's all about the bass with this track. Has there ever been a more funky, solid bass in all of rock and roll? Maybe, but this one is a standout track, and it's phenomenal. A great way to close side 1 of that album. And my number 1 favorite Police track of all time, Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic, back to Ghost in the Machine. I told you it was my favorite Police album. From the opening, again, more with the guitar arpeggios. You got the dark keyboards there, Sting's great vocal, and it all just kind of winds down. It stops, and then you break into that fantastic chorus. You got some steel drums in there. It just is the perfect, they recorded it in Montserrat, very much a paradise where they recorded this album. And you just get that feeling. It's just got a feel good. What a great single for 1981. And for me, all the best elements of the Police are on this song. Sting reprised it on the track Oh My God, at the end of Oh My God from Synchronicity. That's how great it is. But for me, that is my all-time favorite Police song. So that's my list. Go ahead, tear it apart. Let me know, what are your favorite 10 Police songs? And what's your number 1? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.